The use of history in writing is a powerful chord exemplified in many fine genres. Novels and memoir and personal essay all draw from history, as well as straight-up journalism. We learn from history. Only in its examination can we see our errors, some minor and some egregious. In remembering our errors, we seek to never stumble in those same ways again. Only in its examination can we see our accomplishments and celebrate them moving forward. Look around you. Begin in your home. Do you live in an old house? Is it part of a neighborhood that is listed as a historic district? Or do you live in a brand spanking new condo built on the soil where the Revolutionary War was once battled? The history of America is in its infancy as compared to our European neighbors, but history is history, and your writing can be enriched by the layers of events that happened beneath the soles of your Converse sneakers. History of place has had an effect on me since I was a girl. After learning about the history of New York State, a ride around the block on my bike, braced with training wheels, conjured up Native Americans in animal skins, living their peaceful lives on the very same soil that was now paved and suburbanized. When my parents bought an old farmhouse in upstate New York, built in the early 1800s, my imagination soared beneath the slate roof, decorated with wrought iron lightning rods bearing glass orbs. My mother was an academic, and she researched the history of the house by spending her time in the local library and speaking to the town historian, who must have been born around the time of the Civil War. When she was done with her research, she told us the story of the brick, Federal-style farmhouse. The Macks had come from Scotland at the beginning of the 19th century. She said they must have picked the upstate town of Argyll because it reminded them of home, the rolling, lush hillsides dotted with sheep and cows. They built our house with love and care. We scraped off 20 layers of wallpaper and uncovered the original stencils they had chosen to decorate their plaster walls. It took money, my mother told me, to hire an artist to come and painstakingly stencil every room. The paints themselves, the colors chosen, were hard to come by those days. The mistress of our house was fortunate, and I imagined her pride in the ornate painted walls. Those early days in our farmhouse infiltrated my young writer's mind. We traveled to the cemetery where the Macks were buried. The father, mother, and little girl Emily. She died before losing her baby teeth. Mrs. Mack died in childbirth. Mr. Mack was left all alone in a strange country, in a home he had built for his young family. I felt a sadness for him, and wondered as I stared into the rushing brook, where he powered his mill, how he managed to carry on in our valley, in our farmhouse, with the walls his wife had decorated in olive greens and crimson reds, like it was Christmas each and every day.